Oh look, it's two top tiers fighting on the block. I know y'all not here for this. I only play rank when I stream, but I finally hit purple rank in Tekken 8. Nope. Yes sir, we got it. She is gone. We finally made it to Papa Paper. I'm tired. I was like, we gonna get it today. The other day, today is the day. I was feeling it today. Now I know it's not blue or God of Destruction, but that's a big accomplishment for me. Prior to Tekken 8, I was just a super casual, like literally as quick match is the bar I would ever go to, or play a match with friends. Forget what Twitter says, but based on Tekken 8's ranking, I am very intermediate compared to the rest of the ranks in Tekken 8 right now. And since it's been 3 to 4 months into the game, I decided to tell you things I wish I knew before I started playing Tekken. Hopefully you send this to a friend that's interested in buying Tekken 8 but scared to because they feel like it's too late and everybody knows too much. I'm telling you right now, it's never too late, and a lot of people over exaggerate how hard Tekken may be. Number one, Tekken is not overwhelming, especially when you don't know where to look. See, the honest truth is, I would argue before the early years of Tekken 7 that it was really hard to find resources to play the game. First thing I want to break down is something I wish I'd have knew is that Tekken's really not that overwhelming. See, the first thing you hear a lot of casual people or newcomers talk about is that Tekken 8 or Tekken in general, characters have over 100 plus moves. The reality of Tekken is you can use 100 plus moves in gameplay, but you're never always going to use every 100 move in match. Look at moves as having more creativity to add to the game instead of it being a detriment or overwhelming you or feel like it's like hard as hell. Essentially, don't look at the Tekken move list like trying to watch One Piece from the beginning, from episode 1 to 1000 plus. In Tekken, you're gonna find your basic strings, your basic pokes, your basic launchers, and if you learn how each move does what, and you will learn how to apply them in combos and outside of the game as time goes on. And even to be fair, this is honestly the best game to get in Tekken with from now into the future, because literally they introduced the replay feature in the game. The replay feature is one of the best tools in Tekken 8. It can be annoying to navigate on some perspective, some layers, because it's very annoying to navigate, but once you get used to it, you're just gonna be loving it every time. I also think the Tekken 8 replay feature is not perfect. They tell you about certain moves to punish, but not help you with scenarios just yet. I don't think the game's AI is programmed that well. We'll get there, but we gotta wait. So don't get overwhelmed by the amount of moves you see in the move list. And even if you're stuck, there's a whole website by Appalay and a few other content creators. There's guides and videos on YouTube for it as well. Also, there's a Tekken cheat sheet that tells you some of the best moves and pokes from each character. If you're really struggling to figure out what you want to use, you can start here. You're probably a new player to fighting games, or you probably never play fighting games at all. I've gotten comments like this a lot of times, like, how do you learn combos? And essentially, I'll be honest, Tekken combos compared to a lot of other fighting games are not really that challenging, with an asterisk. So Tekken combo execution to input the moves are not really that hard. The hardest thing you might get used to is doing like Wild Rising and probably an electric at some point, but once you get used to it and get past the hurdle and getting into the motion of doing those things, they will be beautiful. I guess another thing I can say I wish I knew is that a lot of situations you put yourself instant to be able to do Wild Rising a lot. Like sometimes you get hit and then you end up reacting by holding down and then you release it and you get a free launcher a lot of times. I didn't even think about that all these years of Tekken. I just thought they was very impossible to do. So I let Wild Rising moves literally deter me from playing some characters in some games. And then as I started realizing how like easier it is to do in Tekken 8, it might be hard if you try to go back to Tekken 7, but you learn that it's not really that much detrimental to playing the game. Also, another thing, pick whoever you want to play in the game. Yes, you're probably going to be like, dang, do I got to deal with the top tiers? I know everybody's complaining about Azucena and Dragunov and so many different characters like Fang and Law, but hear me out. Play whoever you want to play. Yes, you're going to get to a point to where you get to the blue ranks and feel like you may need to switch characters. Heck, even past those ranks where you're actually, how Twitter says, playing Tekken finally, you might have to readjust how you play some games and some characters. But right now, you need to find somebody that you stick with that helps you learn the core of the game. My biggest fear going on in Tekken 8, and I kind of was feeling that way until I got to red ranks, is that I wanted to bounce around on so many characters instead of to see how far I can push myself when I do play the game and have time for it and play ranked with Azucena. I'll be honest with y'all, I got like 6 or 7 other characters I really want to play in Tekken 8. I just haven't tried it out yet. There's Elisa, there's June, there's Nina, there's Zhao Yu. Oh my god, like pretty much every waifu character, girl, they all cool to me in Tekken. They do all the cool shit to me, okay? Outside the Mishimas. But I also think it's perfectly okay to experiment and explore who you like in the game. This is a big one, and I put this on the thumbnail. Ducking is actually important in a fighting game. Now, if you come from 2D fighting games such as Street Fighter or Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising, you probably think this sounds so crazy to you. I struggle with this to this day, and it's okay, I'm still learning to get used to it. Ducking in Tekken can help you a lot in so many ways. I've learned even in my journey of playing Tekken 8 that a lot of people will duck some moves and they'll instantly put them in wild rising situations where they can just instantly punish me and or launch me from it. You're probably like, how do you know when to duck? Well, when you start learning how you can duck certain moves, then you can learn how to punish people in a specific way. The best way to practice out how to get used to or being able to adapt to these moves is taking them into training mode, practicing the string, recording the character string, and then practicing with your character and seeing what you can do after you duck or find an optimal punish from it. When I first started streaming Tekken 8, people was in my chat like, yeah, just duck it. No, bro, that doesn't compute to a 2D player's brain. You're not gonna instantly get me to duck something when in every other game I could just hold back to block. Also, if you feel like your defense is bad in Tekken 8, and I swear to God, I wish I knew this earlier, that's okay. You will build that up over time. See, Tekken 8 has a heavy mental stack. Pro players get hit with moves that low level players probably won't, and vice versa. For example, Gen down 2 pisses almost everybody off. Some of the pro players say they don't get hit by it, while some lower level players are reacting to it because they're getting used to seeing it and people are going for it at different levels and it's different mental stack in the game. I know I have a habit a lot of the time that sometimes I don't be ready for some lows. I get hit by Snake Edge probably more than Steph Curry's shooting range last season. Like, oh my God, I don't even want to talk about it. When you're stuck or just feel like you don't know what to do, sometimes you can learn how to sidestep some characters. There's even a whole chart on Tekken 8 on which way you should probably sidestep for every character. If I can find it, I will link it in the description down below. Like real rap, a 12 frame high is not really reactable. That's just crazy, and I don't know. It's just, that's a Tekken thing, and that is very hard to deal with. So that's something you just gotta just pray you block it and don't try to challenge it a lot of times because you will probably get cooked. Bro, if you don't learn to tech grabs, you're not gonna make it far in Tekken. Literally, the arms dictate which break it is. If I'm not mistaken, I think one arm, it's a 1 break. If it's the other arm or the right arm, it's a 2 break. Or if you see both arms, it's a 1+2 break. Or I might have just said that wrong, so I'm gonna just put it on the screen or link a video in the description by the way as well. But Tekken grabs have saved me from losing games and just taking unnecessary damage, because at lower ranks people just gonna grab you all day. I suggest you take 5 to 10 minutes a day just practicing grabs and Tekken rotations. Once you do that, just do it on both sides for like 5 to 10 minutes a day. I know that can be boring, but it will help you not get grabbed and you'll be able to identify them so much more in this game. All right, here's another thing. Tekken 8 heat system is something that I wish I knew way more about. I knew the basics of it, but I never knew of it in full detail. And to be honest with you, why a lot of people are frustrated with the game is they're trying to play Tekken 7.5. Heat is a very crazy mechanic in this game, and to be honest with you, I think the best thing is learning how to use it for your character and learning the strengths of it right now. I still haven't grasped Heat, obviously. I'm learning the game as well, but I will tell you what makes Heat very dominant for some characters is to give them access to tools that they couldn't be able to do without being in Heat. I know, for example, what I love about Azucena in Heat is that I can take more risk in Heat because I have counter dodges or complete counters to hitting an opponent and then taking my turn back. For me, that is a W because I learned that I have another way to go in crazy with my game plan. Another thing is understanding pokes and exchanges. That's a big thing you're gonna have to learn with your character specifically. But a big thing I'm starting to notice with Tekken is that your offense is very important. A jab ain't gonna just do it all the time. You gotta learn how to cut people off and layer your strings to get B+ a lot and make sure people can't steal their turns back. A lot of what I'm understanding of Tekken right now, I could be 100% wrong, is getting the opponent to guess or take a risk and you punish it. Once you learn how to identify those things, the game is easy selling up to at least purple ranks to where I'm at right now. Also, don't feel bad about losing in ranked or D-ranking. Now, usually in a lot of games, D-ranking will make you descend to madness, especially when you hard stuck there. But that's Tekken. Tekken is such a big game and it's a 3D game, not a common type of fighting games outside of Tekken right now. Like most 3D fighting games have disappeared since 2019 of anything, you know what I'm saying, outside of arena fighters. It's gonna be a struggle. You're gonna fight characters that you ain't never fought before and get cooked by, or you might win. For example, I have fought a freaking Tekken god level Shaheen and I've cooked him on round matches before, but then I lose to like a orange Eddie or something. It happens. You have to just learn the matchup, take the replay, and use the replay feature to learn more about the game. Lastly, I just want to say Tekken 8 is such a beautiful game. Amidst all of its controversy and things that they've added to the game, I still love Tekken 8. Right now, I am in a learning phase for Tekken 8, so if y'all enjoyed this video, I got a video with a very pro player coming up soon. So make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe, and comment down below what's something y'all learned playing Tekken 8 so far. Help out the people that watch this video for the future. Leave your comment down below. It's your boy Avataryaya. You guys are golden, and that is raw. Squalla, peace, and I'm out.
Never felt like this. Yeah, 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 yeah. Maybe it's the death of me. Let my own worst enemy.
All right, who's next?
Let's see who's stronger.